Mobile mayor's race is coming up. As we told you in our last half hour, we took a look at some of the numbers involving Mayor Stimson. Now we're going to go beyond that. So let's, again, just to remind folks of how Jonathan Gray from Strategy Research, how did you come up with the numbers that you did?
Well, we surveyed almost 3,000 people inside the city of Mobile, which is a huge sample. It gives us a margin of error of 2%. These are very accurate numbers, Bob. So people are always questioning, especially after the presidential race, are your numbers correct? We did a large sample just so we could make sure, especially in something as important as our local mayor's race, if our numbers would be accurate. Very confident in these numbers.
Yeah, and that's a big sample for an area really as small as Mobile when you think about national polls and how few people they
National polls are generally 1,000, 1,200 people for the whole country. We surveyed almost 3,000 right here in Mobile, and these are just active voters. They had to have voted in one of the last 4 elections. This is solid information.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers, as a matter of fact, of a potential matchup between the current mayor, Sandy Stimson, and the man he defeated, Sam Jones. And then we also gave people a third choice. And as you can see, this is a sample again of all voters. Mayor Stimson reaches that almost 50% percentile.
You know, that number is a double-edged sword. That's a good number for Sandy Stimson. Sam Jones has 35% of the vote. Over here, 16% other, undecided, somebody that may not like these two. But that 49% number also has a downside to it. In my business, one of the things we look at, if you're an incumbent office holder, you want to be over 50%. The fact that we're not over 50% here with Mayor Stimson would lead his campaign team to be a little nervous. Now, from my perspective...
It's pretty close, though, 49%.
From my perspective, it wouldn't keep me up too many nights. But I understand from their position being in the campaign, I understand for them this is probably a little nerve-wracking. They're wanting to see that number at 52, 53%. So, Bob, what I tend to do is collapse the numbers. Let's take out the undecided.
Sure.
Maybe they don't vote on election day. So let's see the numbers. If it's just Sandy Stimson and Sam Jones, we have a 58% to 42. Now, this is the reason that you don't stay up at night. Because if somebody's undecided come election day, one of two things happens. They either don't vote, or their vote tends to fall in line with the rest of the sample. So, for instance, if the race were 60-40, in this case 58-42, then the undecideds would fall essentially the same way. And that's what we've done here by collapsing. So in this particular instance, if it was just Mayor Stimson and former Mayor Jones on the ballot, you'd be looking today at a 58 to 42% result. The problem is the election's not today. The election's in August. And we don't even know if former Mayor Jones is interested in running. He's rumored it. It's been on Facebook. There's been some Mardi Gras cars driving around with his names on them. But the question's going to be what happens in August. What I would say right now is, just like our approval rating numbers, the mayor seems to be heading in the right direction. People in Mobile are happy with the way things are moving. Doesn't look like they want to make a change.
All right, Jonathan Gray from Strategy Research, thank you very much.